Most people do not struggle with income. They struggle with decisions. Wealth is not built by one brilliant move. It is built by hundreds of small choices made correctly under pressure. Education teaches competence. It does not teach capital architecture. You learn how to earn. You are rarely taught how to structure. Wealth is not a salary problem. It is a system problem. Money flows toward people who make stable decisions repeatedly. Consider the high-income professional who earns well, spends confidently, invests emotionally, and still feels financially fragile. Income is present. Structure is not. The issue is not effort. Most people are trying. The issue is structural thinking. Without it, even intelligence becomes expensive. Trillion books exist for readers who want to refine their thinking, not inflate their ego. If you value clarity over noise and systems over slogans, subscribe to Trillion Books. First book, Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. This book matters because decision-making collapses under emotional noise. Wealth requires internal quiet before external action. Most people interpret stillness as passivity. They confuse movement with progress. The core framework is simple but difficult. Master the mind before mastering money. Control reaction before controlling capital. Stillness slows impulse. Impulse is costly. Reaction is expensive. Structure is profitable. In investing, stillness prevents panic selling. In business, it prevents emotional hiring and firing. In personal finance, it prevents comfort spending. Imagine a volatile market week. Headlines scream. Friends panic. The still investor waits. That pause protects years of compounding. Most people do not lose to markets. They lose to reaction. If you audit your recent money mistakes, they were likely emotional. The structural upgrade is deliberate pause before financial action. A rule: no major money decision within 24 hours of strong emotion. But calm alone is not enough. Structure must follow stillness. Second book, DNA of Wealth by Piseth. This book matters because wealth is not only mathematical, it is cultural and generational. Many readers treat wealth as personal ambition. They overlook inherited patterns. The core framework explores how families build durable systems over decades. Wealth is habit architecture, not event-based success. Time horizon defines behavior. Those who think in decades act differently today. In a household economy, this means spending aligned with long-term security rather than short-term image. In business, it means reinvesting rather than extracting too early. Picture two families with equal income. One upgrades lifestyle immediately, the other upgrades assets quietly. 10 years later, the difference is structural. Most people operate from survival programming without realizing it. Income rises. Behavior remains reactive. The upgrade is identity shift, move from consumer thinking to legacy thinking. But identity alone cannot stabilize transitions. Execution discipline becomes critical. Third book, The First 90 Days by Michael D. Watkins. This book matters because every financial upgrade is a transition. Many misinterpret progress as acceleration. In reality, transitions require stabilization. The core framework teaches structured entry into new environments. Observe first. Diagnose before acting. In wealth building, this applies when you receive a raise, launch a business, or begin investing. Immediate expansion creates fragility. Imagine a new investor deploying all capital in excitement. Contrast that with phased allocation. One approach survives volatility. Stability during transition prevents costly reversals. Most financial setbacks occur during overconfident beginnings. Audit your own upgrades. Did lifestyle inflate faster than assets? The structural upgrade is controlled integration. Every new income increase requires a 90-day stabilization period. But personal stability must extend beyond career and markets. Fourth book, The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Loehr and Tony Schwartz. This book matters because energy management precedes financial discipline. People assume money problems are budgeting problems. Often, they are exhaustion problems. The core framework distinguishes time management from energy management. Sustainable performance requires renewal cycles. Burnout increases impulsive behavior. Tired minds spend for relief. In business, fatigue creates rushed deals. In investing, it fuels overtrading. In households, it triggers convenience spending. Consider late-night decisions, subscription sign-ups, impulse purchases, unplanned commitments. Energy mismanagement leaks capital. Most people try to improve finances without improving vitality. That mismatch fails. The upgrade is structured renewal. Protect sleep, focus blocks, and recovery as financial strategies. Yet even disciplined people face emotional setbacks. Fifth book, Rising Strong by Brené Brown. This book matters because shame quietly sabotages financial recovery. Many misunderstand vulnerability as weakness. In reality, unprocessed shame drives avoidance. The core framework explores how individuals respond after failure, collapse or rebuild. Financial mistakes happen, bad investments, business losses, overspending phases. In one scenario, a person hides from numbers and stops investing entirely. In another, they analyze, adjust, and return. Resilience determines compounding longevity. Wealth rewards those who re-enter intelligently. Audit your own history. After loss, did you withdraw emotionally? The upgrade is structured reflection. Replace self-judgment with data review. But emotional resilience must be paired with technical discipline. Sixth book, The Little Book of Market Wizards by Jack D. Schwager. This book matters because it reveals how professionals actually think. Many assume elite investors rely on secret predictions. The reality is risk architecture. The core framework emphasizes capital preservation first, profits second. Professional traders focus on process consistency. They accept uncertainty. In markets, this means position sizing and risk limits. In business, it means scenario planning and downside protection. Imagine two investors during volatility. One doubles down emotionally. The other reduces exposure and survives. Most beginners seek validation. Professionals seek survival. The upgrade is probabilistic thinking. Replace certainty with controlled exposure. But markets are not only technical. They are psychological ecosystems. Seventh book, Manias, Panics, and Crashes by Charles P. Kindleberger. This book matters because financial history repeats through human behavior. Many misinterpret bubbles as innovation cycles only. They overlook crowd psychology. The core framework outlines stages: displacement, boom, euphoria, distress, panic. In investing, recognizing cycle stage alters allocation. In business, it informs expansion timing. Picture entering an overheated market at peak optimism. Contrast that with patient capital waiting for reset. Crowd emotion amplifies volatility. Structural thinkers detach from mass enthusiasm. Audit recent trends you felt pressured to join. The upgrade is cycle awareness. Capital moves differently at different stages. Yet, awareness of cycles must connect to long-term allocation discipline. Eighth book, The Little Book of Stock Market Cycles by Jeffrey A. Hirsch. This book matters because patterns exist even in uncertainty. Many assume randomness dominates entirely. While uncertainty persists, recurring rhythms appear. The core framework studies seasonality and historical tendencies without guaranteeing outcomes. In portfolio management, timing exposure around historical cycles can reduce risk concentration. Consider disciplined rebalancing aligned with recurring volatility periods. Those who respect rhythm avoid emotional extremes. Audit whether your investing is reactive to headlines or anchored in structured review. The upgrade is scheduled evaluation. Move from impulse reaction to calendar-based decisions. When integrated, these 8 books reveal a structural advantage. Stillness builds emotional control. Identity thinking builds generational perspective. Transition discipline protects upgrades. Energy management sustains consistency. Resilience restores momentum. Risk control prevents collapse. Cycle awareness protects timing. Pattern recognition guides allocation. The structural advantage most people never develop is disciplined architecture. Income is effort. Wealth is architecture. Most people want faster results. Builders want durability. If you are still listening, you value structure over noise. The question was, what structural advantage these books reveal? The answer is decision stability under pressure. And the deeper question remains, how do you implement all 8 principles into one unified life system? That is where the next conversation begins. Build quietly, think structurally. This is Trillion Books.